Hey guys, Trainer DC here, coming at you with another video. Pokemon Champions has been out for a few weeks now, and I've played quite a bit of it and wanted to give you guys my thoughts on Champions as a whole. Before we get into this, I just want to say real quick that I know there's been a lot of criticism out there for Pokemon Champions, whether it be regarding the graphics of the game, the bugs or glitches that have been present. And while I haven't really come across any of those myself, glitches wise, I do understand that this game is not as polished as maybe it should have been at launch, but that's neither here nor there, and I just wanted to throw that out real quick. As for my experience with Pokemon Champions, it's a whole lot of fun. Like, I haven't played Pokemon competitively since Sun and Moon. During Pokemon X and Y, I started getting into the competitive scene a bit, not competitive as in tournaments, but just more so competitive with the kids at school, with some friends of mine. I remember just when X and Y, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire were out, that whole summer, every time my friends would hang out multiple times per week, we would have Pokemon battles with each other, and I got into training Pokemon competitively and using items and whatnot, and I really fell off of the competitive scene, quote unquote, for Pokemon with Sun and Moon. So I wasn't really all that interested in Champions when it was announced because I'm just not into that form of the franchise anymore. But now that Champions is actually out, I got right back into it like I was back in 2013, 2014 with X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and that really surprised me. I have had so much fun playing Champions. Right before recording this video, today is April 22nd, the day of recording, I just hit the Ultra Ball rank in doubles. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I hit rank 50 of the Battle Pass. I've competitively trained some Pokemon that have come out since Sun and Moon, since, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, X and Y days, some Generation 8 and 9 Pokemon, and it's super fun for me to see how so much has changed since Gen 7, how there's all these new Pokemon that I didn't really have a chance to play with competitively back then. Like, for example, I have a Sneasler that's a mainstay on my team. Mega Greninja is a mainstay on my team. Obviously, these are Pokemon that didn't exist back in 2016 when Sun and Moon were out. I have Dragapult as a mainstay on my team as well. So needless to say, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm quite frankly surprised how much I'm into it. I wasn't expecting to get into Champions this much. Now, with that being said, it all isn't positive with Champions. I alluded to the fact earlier in this video that there are some issues performance-wise, graphically speaking, that people have been pointing out online, and while I haven't had a huge problem with any of that or really come across any of the glitches that people have been discussing, what I do have a problem with this game is the monetization aspect of it, and I discussed this more in my video when Champions got its release date. I'll leave a card up above it if you haven't seen that video. I call Champions a ripoff, and I still do think it's a bit of a ripoff, but I don't feel as strongly about it as maybe I did in that video. And the reason I say maybe I don't feel as strongly about it is because it's really not necessary to pay money on this game. Like, you could very easily play this game without spending money on it. Now, I will say I have spent money on it. I bought the starter pack, which cost $7, and the reason for that is because, quite frankly, I find it quite limiting to have only 30 Pokemon in Champions at a given time. Like, I want to test out different teams and whatnot to craft the perfect team, and I finally got there now with my team in Champions, and maybe I want to create a second or a third team, and I need a lot of Pokemon in Champions to do so. Yes, you could just transfer Pokemon in and out of home from Champions, and you could work around it that way, but I find that to be inconvenient, and I'd rather just have the starter pack for $7. Now, I want to touch on the Battle Pass and the membership. The Battle Pass, I think inherently, it's $10 per season, right? I think that's rather pricey given that a season only lasts about a month. If you look at Fortnite, I haven't played Fortnite in a little bit, but if you look at Fortnite, the battle passes for that cost around $10 as well, and they last you 3 months. So you're not really getting your money's worth here with Champions, whereas Fortnite, it's more of a value proposition, if you will, if you want to call it that. But you get what I'm trying to say. You get more for your money with Fortnite than you do here with Pokemon Champions. And that being said as well, I did buy the battle pass for this season just because I've been playing it a lot. I said, you know what? It's $10. Let me buy it. Let's see what I get, and let's talk about it in a video. So my thoughts on the battle pass is it's a ripoff for $10. Like, quite frankly, it just is. You don't really get all that much in it. Like, yeah, I got 3 Mega Stones for Meganium, Emboar, and for Alligator, as well as the free one you get for Dragonite if you want to count that. So technically 4 Mega Stones in it. But outside of that, you really don't get all that much in the battle pass. Like, you get a Feraligatr, you get a Emboar, you get a Meganium, but I have have those Pokemon from Pokemon Home, so those don't really do much for me. I guess if you're someone who's just playing Champions and you don't have any Pokemon games, that's great. But for me, I really could care less about getting an Emboar, Meganium, and Feraligatr in Champions. I have shiny versions of those in Home as well. I could just use those. And then on top of that, the items you get from the Battle Pass as well just really aren't all that interesting. Like, yeah, you get some clothing items, you get Team MZ's jacket, maybe they'll add some cooler clothing items and poses and stuff in future seasons. But then the thing that really irks me about it is it's only 50 levels. And I just hit level 50 today on April 22nd, and we have 20 or 21 more days as of the recording of this video for this season to go. And I have nothing left to obtain in the Battle Pass, which is where I'm kind of having a problem with this. And not only that, but once you hit, I believe it's either tier 40 or 42, they stop giving you actual physical rewards for the Battle Pass and just start giving you 500 VP each level. And I feel like if you're going to charge $10 a month for this Battle Pass, you have to come up with more than is in it right now. Like, you can't have it be that once you hit tier 40 or 42 or whatever it is, you're out of items and now you just get VP. And the thing is as well, if you're going to do that, which at a given point, I understand that, yeah, you're going to run out of stuff to give us, but have the VP sprinkled throughout the Battle Pass, and also as well, have it be that it goes past level 50 and have it be that we get more items within the Battle Pass. Like, I feel like for $10, you're not really getting all that much. Like, you're getting all these coupons to recruit Pokemon from the, daily recruitment you could do. And quite frankly, I could care less about that. And one other thing I want to touch on with the Battle Pass is we do have a leak of the Battle Pass for next month. And I forgot which specific Megastones are in it, but they're all Megastones that are already in the game. And I feel like for a game like this, it's very much so like a live service title, right? You need people to keep engaging with it, to keep playing with it in order for this game to stay alive. And while I don't think Pokemon Champions will have as much of a problem with that as maybe some other live service games do, just because of the fact that the VGC is going to take place in Champions this year and going forward, you got to keep the player base involved by putting new stuff in the game. And I feel like by having, I believe it's Mega Skarmory and I think maybe Starmie in the Battle Pass for next month, don't quote me on that though, but the fact of the matter is here, you have the same Mega Stones in the Battle Pass next month that you can currently buy from the item shop now. So you're not really getting anything new from it. And the thing that I'm wondering as well, and I haven't come across, and if any of you have come across this, let me know in the comment section below how this exactly works. But if you bought, let's just say hypothetically speaking, the Starmieite this year, or this season I should say, from the storefront for 2000 VP, and then you buy the Battle Pass next month and you unlock the Starmieite from it, you already have it. So what happens? Do they give you 2000 VP? Do they refund you for the purchase you made from the shop? I highly doubt that. So I think there's some flaws with the way things are structured right now with the Battle Pass. And I think from a content perspective, you need to put more into this game because you need players to keep playing. Like, that's the whole point of it. And the other thing I will say as well, content-wise, before I get to my last point on Champions, there are a lot of Megastones missing. I don't really know what they're waiting for if they're not going to do it next season. I saw season 3 in the roadmap they announced. They announced that they're going to introduce more items and Megastones in that season, new Pokemon as well. So it looks like their plan is every 2 seasons you introduce new Pokemon, new items and stuff. So that's every 2 months. But I feel like, to be honest, that's kind of too long. If this is again a live service game, you need to introduce stuff honestly weekly, if not bi-weekly, to keep people engaged with it. Like, I want to battle with Mega Raichu X and Y. I want to try those out, but they're not in the game right now. Raichu's in the game, but its Megastones aren't. And I feel like that's a misnomer and just a bad move on the Pokemon Company's part. The last 2 things I want to touch on here is number 1, the membership, because we're talking about everything pricing wise and what you're getting. And I feel like for $50 a year, you're really not getting much of anything from the membership. Like, you're really just wasting your money if you get it, in my opinion, at least. Just like the Battle Pass is kind of a waste of money as well. Like, I look at the Battle Pass and I say to myself, okay, what do I actually get for getting this Battle Pass? All right, I get the membership rewards or the membership challenges, which are some more ways for me to earn VP, but is that really worth $50? Okay, I get the ability to transfer more Pokemon into the game. I get the ability to unlock some music that I can use during battle. I get the ability to create more battle teams, which I will say that's the one that kind of I would be interested in, is you're limited to 3 battle teams in Champions for free. I want more than that, but I'm not paying $50 a year to get that. I just feel like the monetary aspect of this game is really messed up right now because you're not getting your money's worth with anything you're buying. I mean, the $7 for the starter pack, I'm not going to cry about. I do think you're not really getting all that much for $7. Like, you're getting the ability to gain 30 more Pokemon in your boxes. You're getting, I think, like 50 the training tickets, which are really useful. You're getting some quick coupons, which I could personally care less about because, again, just transfer your Pokemon from home. And then you get, I believe it was some item or something or music. It was something I didn't care about. So my point being is, I feel like a lot of the monetary aspect of this game, it's like the stuff they're giving you, I just don't care about. And I feel like for this game to succeed and make money over time for them, because obviously that's the goal here with any live service game, is to make money over time, you need to put more effort into the monetary aspect of it. Because right now the starter pack doesn't feel all that worth it, unless if you want the more box space like I did. The battle pass really doesn't feel like it's worth it because you're not getting much of anything for it. And then the membership really doesn't feel like it's worth $50. If you said the membership was like $15 a year, I'd say okay, like I get it, fine, whatever. I still wouldn't buy it, but $50 for what you're getting just does not seem worth it. Now, the final point I want to make on Champions, which is something that I really don't understand. In the marketing for Champions, when it was first revealed and announced to be coming this year, we had a terastallized Dondozo versus a Mega Charizard X as the promotional material to showcase, hey, we're making this battle simulator that you can battle with all these different Pokemon with all these different gimmicks. Like we have the Omni Ring, which you're going to be able to Mega Evolve with it. You're going to be able to use Z moves with it. You're going to be able to do Dynamaxing with it. And you're going to be able to terastallize with it. But none of that's in the game right now. So I just find it so odd and just confusing and just really idiotic that for your marketing for Pokemon Champions, you are showcasing terastallization in the initial marketing for the game, but then it's not in the game. Like that's just straight up false advertisement. Like how do you showcase a terastallized Dondozo versus a Mega Charizard X, implying that, hey, we can use these gimmicks against each other and you can pick and choose what you use, or maybe you can use one Terastal and one Mega per battle? Who knows how they're going to work that? I'm assuming it's going to be one gimmick per battle, but we'll have to wait and see on that. But I'm just like, how do you showcase that and then just not have it in the game? That's just something that is mind-boggling to me. And the other thing that's kind of mind-boggling to me that I don't have a huge problem with, but I know people are very upset about, is number one, you can only do the VGC rule set for double and single battle. Like I would like to do 6v6, like a team of 6 Pokemon versus a team of 6 Pokemon. That's how I used to always battle back in the X and Y, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and Sun and Moon days. I find that to be more fun because you're utilizing your whole team, but I will admit having the VGC rule set and being introduced to it for the first time in Champions, it does add an element of strategy to it, which is fun, but you should give people the option to choose what they want to do and create their own custom rule set, but that's neither here nor there. And the last thing I want to touch on is the fact that only final stage Pokemon are in this game right now outside of Pikachu. Like every single Pokemon that is in this game is a final evolution or a final stage of a Pokemon. Like there is no Pichu in the game, for example. There is no way for me to play with a Froakie or a Frogadier if for whatever reason you wanted to, which to me doesn't make all that much sense. And I assume this is going to be something that's going to be patched in the future to add some of these Pokemon to the game, because the Eviolite is an item that I know many people use. Like back when I was playing X and Y and Sun and Moon, when I played competitively then, I have a Porygon 2, which is currently in my home. My friend actually trained it and we ended up using the cloning method in X and Y to get me one of them. I have a Porygon 2 that my friend trained. The whole strategy of it is to use it with an Eviolite, and it's this really bulky Porygon 2 that every time I battle with it, people were amazed at how bulky and how powerful it was. I want to use that Pokemon in Pokemon Champions, but I can't because it's only final stage evolutions in the game right now. Not to mention that Porygon Z or Porygon's line isn't even in the game at all right now. But that's kind of a head-scratching decision to me. Why are you limiting this to Pokemon that are final stage evolutions, except for Pikachu? Because Pikachu is special and he's the exception here. It just feels like Champions to me. Playing it, I am having a lot of fun again, but it just feels like this product was not ready for release, which I just have to wonder what was happening behind the scenes with it, because it had leaked that this was supposed to come out in January of this year and it ended up coming out in April, and it's still not a polished product with a lot of issues that kind of seems like it was rushed out, and this seems like the beta of it, to be honest. Like this doesn't feel like a finished product. I don't know if they're ever going to fix the monetization aspects that I've been talking about with the battle pass and with the membership. I feel like maybe they will over time. They'll learn from what they're doing, but as for right now, as for today, Pokemon Champions is so much fun. I can't reiterate that enough. enough. It is a blast to play, but it has a whole lot of issues tied to it, and I hope that over time they learn how to properly run this game and fix a lot of the issues I've been talking about, because otherwise you're gonna have people falling off of it. I don't think this is ever going to be a situation where it's a dead game just because of the VGC alone and just because of how fun Pokemon battles are, and that there's 1,025 Pokemon with probably 100 plus more coming over the next year in Winds and Waves. So there's a lot that they can add to this game over the next decade or so. As of right now, it just feels like an unfinished product. I didn't even mention that there's barely any battle items in the game. Like, what's up with that? But that's neither here nor there. Anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think about all this. What do you guys think about Pokemon Champions? Have you been having as much fun with it as I have? And do you have the same criticisms that I have for it? Do you agree that it really feels like a ripoff from a monetization standpoint? Like, you're not getting your money's worth here for the amount of money they're charging you. It just doesn't feel worth it. And do you agree that there's a lot of flaws with it in terms of where is terrestrialization? You marketed it as being in the game, but it's not here. Why are there only final stage evolutions in the game? I want to battle with a Froakie. Let me. Why can't I? There's just a lot of things that seem like they just weren't well thought out, and I just don't understand why, especially when this game took so long to come out. We thought it was coming at the beginning of this year in January, and it came out in April, and there's still problems with it. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to see more content like this from Trainer DC. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.